Hey, so I want to talk with you a little bit about habits. Habits. Your habits, my habits, our habits in general. Oftentimes, we have habits that are good, that are beneficial, and sometimes we have habits that are just not good at all. And so think about it. Bad habits, for example, smoking, lying, or stealing, or overeating, binging, whether it's on food or on TV, right? Spending just frivolously. What other habits are there? Using your verbal fillers, right? What else is there? What are your habits? What are your habits that may cause a derailment? I don't know. You tell me. But today I want to point out to you, I want to help to remind you that while some habits are great and are beneficial to the who you are and who you're becoming and where and how your future is set up, there are others that are not beneficial at all. And so I want to encourage you to start taking an inventory and potentially identifying those that you need to get rid of. So why am I talking with you about this? Because sometimes our habits can be detrimental to who we're becoming and where we're going. So if you desire more, if you want to get to a certain level in life or certain places in life, sometimes it requires letting go of some things, not just people. We oftentimes talk about letting go of people, but sometimes it is get letting go of the habits that we've developed over a period of time. Keep in mind, right, that habits are purely behaviors that we have practiced a number of times over and over in the years and months and days. They're behaviors and now they are formed. So in order to unlearn them and then relearn a habit that is much more beneficial, it's going to take time. But your first step in doing so is to identify the habit that you want to release, the habit that is going to derail your future. And yes, I did say derail your future. One of the habits that I needed to get rid of, and I'll share this with you, is I needed to get rid of overspending. So when I decided to leave corporate America or transition from corporate America, I knew that the me deciding to start my own business and go into entrepreneurship, it would require me having some money in the back and some money in the bank. It would require me saving up and storing up money for uh, days to come that I may not get clients as fast as I wanted to or as fast as I desired. So it required me putting away excess funds for a rainy day. One of the things that I noticed about me is that because I had my job that was six figure and I was earning a good living, I didn't I put away a schedule amount, but I didn't really consider, okay, can you put away more? And so during this time, I realized that, hey, Grace, take a look at this. And so I noticed that one of my habits was to uh buy shoes. I had a serious fetish. I had an addiction almost with shoes. And so when I looked at my shoe addiction, I said, Grace, if you should stop buying so much shoes, let's see how much you could save. Can I tell you? No. I don't want to tell you because it was horrible. However, once I stopped doing that, once I changed my habit of buying all of these shoes, every time I saw shoes that I really like, I would get it. But I had no need for these shoes, especially during the time of pandemic last year. And so, what did I do? I stopped. But in order to stop, I had to shift my mindset and I had to look at my goal. I had to look at the what I wanted to accomplish. So every day I would put my goal on the papers that I had in the office and I would put them in front of me. And I would say, Grace, remember what you want to accomplish. This is your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is to exit corporate America. Your ultimate goal is to start your own business. Your ultimate goal is to be financially whole. And in order to get there, you need to now put away enough money for savings. So I had to really think about how I was spending my money. Not only in shoes, that was my bad habit. That was my first place to start, because where I was going, what I desired for my future, a year from now, 2 years from now, um, months from now, 10 years from now, it required that I begin gain a healthier relationship with saving my money, with putting away money. And so you would say, as a director of finance, right, or someone who have a history in finance, that I would be better at it. Yes, but then I had bad habits too. And just being frivolous with buying shoes was one of them. So I had to get rid of it. And although it was painful, and having to develop this awareness that, Grace, you cannot do this. What you desire in the future is much better, is much more than what this benefit that the shoes is going to give you. So my motivation to stop and save more money was my future, was what I was becoming, this business owner. I told myself, Grace, you have enough shoes anyhow to last you a lifetime. My foot wasn't growing any further. It wasn't growing anymore. So could recycle those shoes and still have enough to wear what? Maybe every 10 or 20 outings that I'm going. Right? So I did not need all of that. What I did, I attach the social connection. Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to save more money? What would it benefit me? It would benefit my family. It would benefit my business. It would benefit me, because I did not want to fail at being an entrepreneur. I don't want to fail my family. I don't want to fail myself. Right? And so I needed to change my habits one by one. So getting shoes was just one of the habits that I needed to work on. Being better at saving and putting away money was just another one of the habits that I needed to change. My motivation was my future, the outcome that I was going to have in a few months and years from now, right? At the time when I started. And so what I did is the connection that I have with changing that habit. My motivation for changing it was clear. It was crystal clear. And so I want to encourage you to list your habits, right? We talk about making sure that you identify what habits are not supporting the future of where you want to go. So you have that written down. What are those habits that are not supporting where you want to go? You want to become an entrepreneur? Then go ahead. You want to become healthier in your body and in your mind and in your spirit and all of that? Then go ahead. But identify which of those habits that you currently have that is holding you back. Which of them are holding you back, and which of them would derail your growth? You don't want to anchor on your leg pulling you back, right? Holding you down. So one of the first place to start is identifying what those are. Then you attach the social connection. Why is it important for you to let go of that? Why is it important for you to add habits and behaviors, develop new behaviors or form new behaviors that will help you to get to where you're going and accomplish your greater good, accomplish the person that is begging and desiring to push out, to get out? You're like screaming like, oh my God, I want to get out so bad. So what habits do you need to now align yourself with? And we'll talk about that in the next part of this. We're going to talk about healthy habits, supporting habits that you can align with now that will help you to get there. But first, we need to identify, what are those habits that is not good for you? Like, no bueno. Like, stop it, girl. Okay? What are those? I don't know. For me, I knew that there were a list of things, getting out of bed just in time to go to work or to go to an appointment. No good for me. In the morning, I needed more. I needed more, especially for who I was becoming, right? And so I had to stop and I had to schedule time. I really had to sit down and say, Grace, who are you becoming? And what does that require? I knew that I wanted my business. I knew that I wanted to go and be a coach and to serve people. I knew that I wanted to help people to believe in themselves and know that they are enough. I wanted them to stop doubting and stop believing that they have a lack thereof and know that they have so many grace gifts that God has given to them. So there's no way that you're lacking. You may need to have some resource, align yourself better and get into some support groups that will help you to further yourself. But honey, you have so much that is waiting to burst out. But in order to get there, there are certain things that we need to work on. So what is it for you? What habits do you need to get rid of? What habits are holding you back? What habits are there that will derail you? Derail you from your future, from your growth, from who you're becoming? What habit is there that you need to just say, you know what? This is not doing me any good. No good. No good. Right? I want to tell you, when you do decide to push your way through and formulate and get rid of those habits, you will feel so great knowing that you're getting better and better and much more closer to who you want to become. So I want to encourage you to take the leap on you, to be gutsy, not only make the decision to get rid of them, but commit to those decisions. Commit to the decision of getting rid of it because you already know that it's not benefiting you anyway. And then after you've made the decision, commit to it, now I want you to start taking action. I do. I want you to begin to take action on what it is that you need to get rid of. So guess what you're going to do? Guess what you're going to do? After you write those things down, right? And you identify that they're no good for who you are. It's not going to leverage you. It's not going to support your growth. It's not going to support who you're becoming. Then we're going to say, okay, I need to work on this. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I want to encourage you. Don't get overwhelmed. There may be so much that you're like, oh my God, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So don't get overwhelmed. All right. See this as a challenge. See this as something that you're working on. You're progressively working on. It takes 21 days to get rid of a behavior, to form a behavior, right? And form a habit. It takes 21 days, right? And depending on the habit that you're forming or getting rid of, it may take up to 66 days. Who knows? It depends on what you're working on. But believe me, your future is worth it. Your future is so worth it. Who you're becoming is worth it. What you endeavor to do, the lives that you endeavor to save and to be a blessing to, they're worth it. Your family is worth it, right? Your family is worth it. So I really want you to think about it. I really want you to work at it. I really want you to get in place and take action. Take action. Take action because your greatness is on the other side, right? You doing amazing is on the other side. What else does losing the bad habits do for us? Listen, it's so great. It's so rewarding knowing that, man, I've conquered this. I've conquered this. I've overcome this. Maybe it's the negative thoughts that you continue to tell yourselves. Maybe it's feeding into those. So what negative thoughts do you feed into that shouldn't be? What is it? Right? They're holding you back. They're causing you to be fearful. They're causing you to feel like, to have so much self-doubt. They're causing you to not accomplishing what you really want to accomplish. So get rid of it. How do you get rid of it? Step by step, I'm coming to you in another video. So, but for now, I just really want to tell you to pay attention to those. Write them down. And then we're going to start working at them brick by brick. Don't get overwhelmed, because it can become overwhelming. You're like, I'm going to have to work on all of this. Whew. If it's truly necessary, yes. Because who you want to become is worth it. The people that you want to serve is worth it. Right? Your destiny and a life of fulfillment is worth it. So get rid of those. It don't benefit you anyway. Get rid of them. All right? I will talk with you on the next one. And I know that you are capable. You are so capable of working on these things bit by bit. Remember, your habits don't control you. You control them. Did you hear that? Your habits don't control you. You control them. You are the master of your habits. You are the master of your decisions. You are the master of your outcome. And so don't allow yesterday's mistakes or the habits that you formed to keep you right where you are, right? Because you're meant for more. You're meant for so much more. And I want to encourage you to start pushing for it. Don't allow the habits, the negative or the poor habits that you have to keep you anchored where you are today. I appreciate you, and I know that you are destined for more. So let's get up, let's go. I'm here with you. It's for the long haul.